everyone, I'm Sky. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den. Today I have an unhaul for you. What that is that's when I take books off my bookshelf and take them to a secondhand bookstore to sell, and I can get more books. Usually when I do an unhaul, it's because the books that are on my shelf are ones I'm no longer interested in reading, or they're ones I just plain didn't like, and the ones today that I'm unhauling are pretty much that case. So let's get started. The first one I have on my list is Unshapely Things by Mark DelFranco. This is from the Conor Gray series. I know Unshapely Things is the first one, however I have two more books that I'm getting rid of. Unquiet Dreams and Undone Deeds, which are also from that series, but I don't know which order they come in after Unshapely Things. All I know is this is the first one. This was a series I originally bought for my husband, however he's got lots of books he reads a lot slower than I do, and so we're just getting rid of this one for right now. If it turns out he decides he wants to read it at a later date, when he's caught up on all the books that he has on his TBR list, we'll get it again. No big deal. Then I have The Smoke Thief by Shauna Abe. This is called, it says it's a historical romance, however it deals with creatures known as Jacon, which are basically half dragon, half human, so I consider it more paranormal romance than historical romance, but hey, who am I to judge? This was one I read a while back, however it wasn't to my taste. It just wasn't, it was good. It just wasn't great, and I will probably never read it again, so it's time for it to go bye-bye, find a new home. Next one was a book that I've recently read. I've been wanting to read this book for years, mostly because I've had the sequel for years, and I didn't have the first one from this series. So I went ahead, and when I found this book, I went ahead and got it, read it, and it's another one where it's good, but it's probably one I'll never read again, and that is City of Mass by Mary Hoffman from the Stravaganza series, if I'm pronouncing that right, Stravaganza. And so this is going to go bye-bye too. It's, like I said, it's a really good book. It's just not one, it's not to my taste, and it's probably one I'll never read again. So, bye book. The next one is from a series that's really wildly popular right now, mostly because the movies are wildly popular as well, and that is Divergent by Veronica Roth. I know, hate me all you want, but I have tried multiple times to read this book, and I just can't get into it. And from what I've heard from reviews, from people who've read it, there's a lot of people out there who love the first one, and then steadily as the series goes on, they decide that it's just not that great. And considering the fact that I just can't get into the first one, there's no way I want to try even attempting to force myself to read the first one, and then try to read the second, third one, and fourth one, and have it steadily get worse as it goes. So it's just not fun to me. Reading's supposed to be fun. I don't like forcing myself to read something I don't like to read in the first place. So while this may be popular and everyone I know seems to love it, it's just not for me, and it's going bye-bye. I will sell it to the store so that they can sell it to someone who will actually read it, versus the fact that I've had it on my shelf for like 3 years and it hasn't been read more than the first 40 pages. Yeah. Don't hate me. The last 4 books are from a series that I've read, and it's another one where it's not extremely popular. It's not as popular as the Divergent series, however there are a lot of good reviews for it, and it's another one where I read the first 2 books and I really liked them. However, as I started reading the third one, I was steadily losing interest. It just wasn't as good as the first one was, and even the second one, when I read it, wasn't as good as the first one was. I was expecting more, I was expecting better, and it wasn't living up to the expectation of the first one. And that is Beautiful Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. Like I said, this was a really good book. It's a really good premise, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I think when I reviewed this last year some point, maybe the year before, I think I gave it either 4 or 5 stars, because it really was good, and I really did love it. However, when I got past it and read Beautiful Darkness, it kind of just started going, meow. And again, this one was good. It was good, but it's just not my favorite. And I continued getting the series Beautiful Chaos and Beautiful Redemption, hoping it would get better, and it just never did. I got about halfway through Beautiful Chaos before I suddenly decided that it just wasn't working and I wasn't going to be able to read it, and it just... I gave up. I will admit that. I gave up. Again, this is another series where I'd rather sell it to a secondhand bookstore, to someone who's going to read it and enjoy it more than I was trying to force myself to. So, but that's all the books. Is there any more books? No, there's no more books. That is all the books. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books that I'm going to try to get rid of today, and I will get some new ones. So soon I should have a book haul for you guys, because I'm going to show you the books I got in exchange for these, basically. So look out for that one, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!